Hey, hey, what's up? It's Lenny Schmidt. Welcome to Lenny Schmidt's Quarantine Comedy. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. This is a show where we talk to artists who have devoted their lives to an art that suddenly has been disappeared or taken away from them, and you get to catch up with them. First of all, do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. It helps me to keep putting videos up on a regular basis. Today I took a shower, I put on a good shirt, I ironed it, pulled out the pretty camera, I put on pants to come here and do a new intro. And I just want to let you know that here at the LSQC, I think that's what Lenny Schmidt's Quarantine Comedy, we talk to all kinds of artists, performers, entertainers, in the professionals in the entertainment business, singers, songwriters, dancers, tons of comedians, actors, screenwriters, authors, casting people, agents, managers, tech, sound technicians, lighting people, all kinds of professionals that work in entertainment specifically, and even more so live entertainment, who no longer have an opportunity to perform their art or their skill, their craft they spent over 30 years building. So if you get to watch the show and you get to catch up with them, and they show you how they've reinvented their careers a little bit, what they're doing now, what they changed to get around the COVID curveball, so to speak. And you guys get a chance to catch up with them and see where you can find out about their information, find out about their websites, maybe go to their Venmo, buy some merch. They get to keep in touch with their fan base. It's a win-win for everybody, if you think about it. I get to do the show. I'm here every Monday and Wednesday, 6 o'clock Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. And then afterwards, the show stays up on YouTube forever and becomes a podcast a day later. So there you go. And we are sponsored by no one. We have no sponsors, no commercials. You don't have to worry about any of that. We're supported solely by you guys, the fans, supporters, and the artists that watch the show on a regular basis. If you feel like you would like to support the show in any way, shape, or form, please go to any one of the options listed right there above. If I taped this correctly, it should be right up there. If not, if you just go to lennyschmidt.com/if you can, there's a number of different options there that you can support the show financially. There's Venmo, Cash App, the website. You can go PayPal, credit card, anything you can do, any amount you can give at all to support the show so that I can support the artist will help everyone. And if you enjoy all the content I produce online, there's this show, there's the Reconnecting Comedy. There's a lot of content. I put up over 200 hours of content on the internet over the last year. You can join the Patreon page as well. Go to Patreon, search Lenny Schmidt Comedy, and you get all kinds of ways to support me and my online endeavors. So that's all. So check out the show. My light just went out, so that means I got to go. Enjoy the show. Yeah, that's better. Woohoo! Yeah, we have a handful of technical difficulties today. Yeah, as I was explaining right when I signed on, Darren, I can't get Darren to sign on. I'm trying to figure out an option. I might send him another link. Let's try that. And my sound was out there. Thanks, guys, for saying something. I appreciate it. Thank goodness for people that watch this show live. Otherwise, I would be completely screwed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me try. There's one more option here. I can try to get Darren on. As I was saying, the trip to Vegas was very well. It was great. It was fun. We did the show. We were at MGM Grand. We were in the ballroom, and they put us in the ballroom so that they can seat more people. You can seat like 100 people in there. It works out really well. Hang on, I'm going to try to hit Darren up one more time. Let's do this again. Go to two. Anyway, Vegas was a ton of fun. Also, we had shows every single night, Thursday through Sunday. We were in the showroom, a little over 100 people. They were really great, man. People were happy to get out. People were happy to see shows. It was really, it was great. We had some locals that came out. Vegas is still following those weird rules where you have to wear your mask when you're walking, but apparently when you sit down, you don't no one can catch COVID from you. So that's the rule that they were following in LA for a while. I don't understand. I don't understand how that works. Well, I mean, you're inside the casino, man. We're literally inside the casino. So, but on the upright side, I think we all know the numbers are down like 70 to 80% right now. That's good news. That's a really good thing for all of us. I think, and other people think. Every once in the news reminds you to be scared. That's very important. You know what I mean? They'll go, hey, things are great. Numbers. They don't want to say the numbers are down 80%. They're not even saying that out loud. You have to find that somewhere. But then they go, but wear 9 masks. Make sure you wear 9 masks. Just make sure the numbers are down. Things are looking good, but they're not. There's other variations out there. So just keep wearing your mask, man. Follow the rules you have to. But I think things are looking up pretty well. Not bad. Except Carnival canceled their gigs for May. So now everybody's canceled all their cruises through May. So there you go. That's I figured that was going to happen. I think we all figured that was going to happen. Hopefully this is the last one, man. This will be March, April, May. So that's 14 months. 14 months of cancellations and stuff. That's if you read science books, which I have once, you see that pandemics generally last 18 months. So we got 4 more months of cancellations. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's the deal. For those of you in Chicago, I just booked dates in Chicago. As long as everything goes well, I will be back the week after the 4th of July. I play Rosemont, and the week after that, I play. I play Chicago, downtown Chicago. So there you go. Let's see what else is going on in the news. I mentioned Carnival canceling their cruises. What else? Oh, this is cool if you live in LA. First of all, Mel's Burger is opening up. The one on Sunset is reopening this week. And Friday, they have 40-cent cheeseburgers, man, from 12 to 4. How cool is that? I'm going to that for sure. So me and the girls will go get a cheeseburger. I'm sure that'll be good for social distancing. I guess the rule is you have to wear a mask and still stay away from each other. But I want a cheeseburger for 40 cents. It seems like a pretty good deal to me. I'm going to go down there, give it a shot. Let's look at the board. Oh, is there anything else? Oh, one more thing. I had it here. Let me find it. Yeah, this is kind of cool. A piano bar is opening up in downtown L.A. Dueling piano bars. I bring it up because we've had quite a few dueling piano performers on the show that I've met on ships, folks that work for Howl at the Moon, and people that are just piano bar performers on their own, and at Carnival and stuff. Dueling pianos, which is a lot of fun, is opening up. It'll be in a pretty big area at 215 West South 6th Street. I'm sorry, 215 West 6th Street. It's 6,000 square feet.
It can hold 350 people inside. I don't even know why they're thinking about that right now. It seems ridiculous to me. Let's get a big place that holds lots of people because we'll never be able to do that again. Or not sure if we will. So, anyway, we got that going for us. I have not heard from Darren. I haven't heard back from Darren, and he hasn't tried to sign into the new vMix I just sent him. So, I got a bad feeling here, man. Let's go to the board. Ben Magley, how are you, buddy? I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. Hope you're good. And then Robin's here. Lori's here. Hi, guys. Good to see you. Ann is here driving home. Nice. I always like to have somebody driving home paying attention to me. And then here's 19 messages of people telling me I have no sound. Yep, that's me being stupid. Brenda, I did 6 shows in Vegas. No. Yes, 6 shows. 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Thursday, 1 Sunday. And they were all awesome. They were a lot of fun. They were great. Yes, and I have, also in 2 weeks, I will be in Provo, Utah on March 12th, taping my Dry Bar Comedy Special. I believe there are a few tickets left for that show. If you're up in that area, Provo, Salt Lake City, come on down and watch me tell some jokes and tape my very first ever comedy special. So that will be in Provo. I haven't even heard. I think Darren might have jumped off a bridge because he hasn't even gotten back to me. 40 cents is a great deal for a burger there, Robin Greenberg. I agree 100%. So what else is going on, man? Schools are opening up. They're talking about schools opening up here, California, very soon. Grade schools for sure. Not high schools, but grade schools. As long as the teachers get their vaccination. Also, you got to get your vaccination. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the country. Well, I do. Let me take that back. I know in California it's a mess to get your vaccination, and we're behind, and we're short on vaccinations and all that stuff. But you know what? I should have done this. In Nevada, you can just walk into a CVS in some places and get a vaccination. You're aware of that? Other states, I know other people that are way younger than me, and they're getting their vaccinations as well. All right, man. Darren's close. Darren is signed on now to the other link I just sent him, and I still cannot see or hear Darren. Let's check his sound. See if we're close. Not yet. We're getting closer. I don't know what the deal is with this camera. Rituals right before we go to the show. I used to work out before the show. Well, I work out 2 or 3 hours before. I normally. I heard something. Darren, I can kind of hear you. I turned his sound up. So we'll see if he makes it in here. Rituals before the show. Honestly, I do this for every single show. I wrote a set list for every show. So every show, I have notebooks. Here it is. I carry it with me everywhere. And I write a full set list for every single show. And then I write something called a short, which is a mini version of that set list. So set list, especially now, since these are my first live shows since October, the set list was very detailed. I had each line, each tag all written down. And then the short is just like one word, like a bit. There's a bit I do called, I call it every bit has a name. I do a bit called Listen, the Listen bit. The Listen bit is 6.5 minutes long, and it is a bit about me communicating with my daughters and explaining oral sex to them. So that's the bit. So there's a lot of lines in there, but if I look at my short and I just see Listen, I know, okay, well, I can do this bit. That's 6.5 minutes. And then I try to time my material. Is very important to me is to know the time of all the material. That way when I can look at the clock, I got 12 minutes left. I go, okay, cool. I can do the Listen bit, which is just about 6.5 minutes. That leaves me 5.5. That means I can do the dating bit, which is 3.5. That leaves me 2. Or I have like 2 closers that are 5 minutes and 1 closer that's 13 minutes. So, and then 2 other closers that are like a minute or 2 long. I was just talking to Quinn Dale about this. I worked with Quinn Dale last week. Very funny dude. Hilarious guy. But I have 5 different closers that I rotate. 2 of them are short because sometimes you got to close quick. So, what else? John's doing good, man. John is fine. John and his wife are released and 100%. She went back to work yesterday, and John was officially released yesterday from quarantine and stuff. So they're out walking around, and they're good. They're healthy. They're feeling fine. Everybody's good. Nothing to worry about. I had my COVID test last week. I realized I don't have COVID, and I've never had it. I don't have the antibodies. So, which I didn't think because I haven't had a cold in years. So, which is really weird. What else? I can't wait till this pandemic is over because I'm sick of wearing a mask. And I'm tired of making the parts to make the vaccinations. I am so. That's an emoji. That's Brenda Runyon. I did play cards in Vegas, and I didn't play much cards because it sucks to play cards in a mask. I'll be honest with you. You can. Here's what I understand. You can sit down and eat dinner and take your mask off. You can sit down at the bar and drink and take your mask off. But you can't sit down and drink and play cards and take your mask off. And that annoyed me. So I just I didn't play much cards. I played one night. I'll be honest with you. Here's what I did. This is what I usually do in Vegas. If I'm smart, the second part I do is smart. But this part is not smart. I'll go out one night. I'll do the show, and I'll be heading back to the room, and I'll go, what the hell? I can play a little cards for an hour. Why not? And I'm already drunk, and I don't have my glasses on me, and I sit down and I play cards. And that's the worst time to play cards, but I always end up doing it like on the Friday night. It's usually the Friday night. But usually what I do, then I lose. I lose that game. And then what I'll do is I'll go back on Sunday, spend the afternoon playing cash games, make the money back, play sober. So this time I did not make the Sunday trip because I was busy doing something else with a friend of mine. So Vegas was fun. I was down like $100. That's all. Hey, Keith is here. Hello, Keith Runyon. Good to see you, brother. What's going on, man? You're out of town? Good for you, brother. Good for you. Also, two things. After this, the Mulligans, Tammy and Vincent, I'm calling you guys and sending you a link, and we're going to record your stuff right after this show. That looks like it's going to be just me again because it looks like I can't get Darren to sign on. And then also this weekend, of course, we know is Reconnecting Comedy. You guys, the Patreon members that are watching the show, I got pretty much everybody's footage. I'm going to do the Mulligans, Tammy and Vincent here in a bit. And if you're listening and you want to check out the show, I am advertising that show like crazy. So everybody, it's an event. Make sure you share it. Invite some friends. There's a structure on there for people to pay if they want to. That's how I do things on my websites now. It's explained, I think, in the bio and before the show. I do a pay-if-you-can plan. And the pay-if-you-can plan is simple. Watch the show. If you like it, great. If you like it and you want to pay something and you can, even greater. Go right ahead. I know COVID's thrown a lot of people behind the eight ball, and they're in tough shape. Some people don't have cash. So I put free comedy online, but I'll be honest with you, my free comedy is mainly because, I'm not on the road telling comedy. So my comedy is now online. So if you want to support me financially and the show, and you enjoy the shows, please support the show and go to lennyschmidt.com/if you can. And all that stuff will be listed in there. Yeah, it is. It's going to be just me, man, because I'm pretty sure I can't get Darren at all. I haven't heard from him. So it looks like it's going to be us. There was something else in the news I was going to point out. Let's do this, though. I think this is funny. Even though, you know what? Darren's not here. I'm going to have his video. I'm going to wait on the video because I want to show it when he's here. But I will do this. I did do the Florida Man video. I did the Florida Man bit for Darren Bodeker. For those of you that don't know, the Florida Man game is you type in your birthday and say, on my birthday, a Florida man, blah. And then you find out what happened. And it's always something chaotic because it's Florida. So Darren's birthday is January 8th. And on January 8th, a Florida man says 3 syringes he removed from a strip search. This is great. This guy removed 3 syringes from his rectum. Oh, look, there's his name. Wesley Dasher Scott was arrested on drug charge Friday morning and was taken to the receiving area in the Pinellas County Jail. While he was being strip searched, Scott removed 3 syringes from his rectum, and he gave them to the deputy, according to the affidavit. He also told the deputy that they were not his syringes. So he's in the clear. That's my favorite one so far, I think. Yeah, so some guy pulled 3 syringes out of his butt, and they're not his. So there we go. Oh, I did not get the package yet, guys. Lenny, I have a... Oh, cool. Yeah, Brenda, you were great yesterday. We taped Reconnecting Comedy with the Runyons. It was a lot of fun. And I did not get the package that you guys sent me, Brenda and Keith. I apologize. So I didn't get it. So there you go. What else is going on? Wait, whoa. What is this? Oh, that's Chicago. I don't care about that. The news for COVID is constantly contradicting. They say the new California coronavirus variant is way more transmissionable. Then it says coronavirus infection leads to immunity that's comparable to vaccine, researchers are finding. This is insane. They find new news every day that makes no sense. What else? Okay, Tiger Woods, Wayne Wade. None of this stuff really even matters. Mission Impossible 7. I can't believe there's 7 of those. By the way, I love every single one. I've watched all. I love those movies. They're the best. There's a game. There's a game we used to play in a Love Boat and Bob Newhart. When someone said "Hello, Bob" or "Hello, Julie," you did a shot. Or with Bob Newhart, it was you did a shot. Everybody does a shot. Hi, Bob. When you say hi, Bob. When you said hi, Julie, it was a different time. Everyone did a line. That's what they did. Because horrible. Julie had a coke habit, so we do a line. I know it's really bad, but there's got to be some sort of drinking game for Tom Cruise with the running, man. Have you realized, watch his movies, there's a montage. I got to find it. It's just a montage of him just running. Just running. Every move he does, he runs like a maniac. Share the posts. Did not get the package. I apologize. Yeah, you're right. I didn't get it. I know I didn't. All that stuff happens in Florida. Yeah. Wrecked him, damn near killed him. Keith Runyon, nice work with the oldest joke in the world. Very impressionable. Very good work. But quick to know it, my friend. You're in man, what is wrong with me? You're in Atlanta for work? That's great. Good for you out there working. This is dynamite. That's dynamite. Man, I can't. I'm going to text Darren. I feel bad. I feel bad for you guys, too. Well, I'll just go. I wonder if he's watching. How funny would that be? I don't know what to do. I'm lost and confused. It's good to be home after traveling. I did fly. I think some of you saw my picture on Instagram on American Airlines, where they just don't care. They crammed us into a plane. Man, we were packed. I mean, full. Here's what I do when I fly. I sit across the way. There's not many people in the airport. So if you sit in the gate across the way from yours, there's like no one there. Although, I got to be honest with you, sitting in Vegas, and there's like no one around. This family came up and sat right next to me. Like a whole family. Like 3 kids and mom, dad. I looked at them like, what the did you, I don't. And of course they sit down, they start eating, masks off. But, whatever. Try not to be too picky and anal about it. But everybody on the plane was wearing a mask. It wasn't a problem. They even told me they didn't like my mask. Let's see. Lenny on stage. Have you ever thanked a city by its wrong name? Yes, I have. Ben Magley. Years ago, we used to do one-nighters. I don't do them anymore. But one-nighters are when you would go out for a week at a time and play 5 to 6 different cities in a week. And you bounced around. There was one through Wisconsin. We used to do, we did Toma, Eau Claire, La Crosse, all in a row. Bam, 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 bam. In fact, I did it in La Crosse once. I said, Toma. I said, thanks, Toma. And they were like, fuck you. We're La Crosse. I'm like, oh, my bad. And I used to go on, for a while, I worked with my brother Mike. My brother Mike used to work with me on the road a lot. He's been on this show 3 times, I believe. 3. And he used to open for me, and I would ask him before I go on, I go, what city are we in? I'd get him confused 6 nights in a row. Plus, this is something I did a lot. This is I think we told this story, I think, when Mike is on. Because Mike doesn't drink. Mike doesn't drink or do drugs or anything. He does nothing wrong. I do everything wrong. I break a lot of rules. Many more so when I was younger. I was very, I was out there. I was definitely a road comic. I covered a lot of bases. And he used to hate working with me because he'd be sober. He would have to drive home sober. So he'd get mad. He would get all pissed at me. He was just frustrated, but what was he going to do? Looking back on it now, I was an ass. I really was an ass for this particular movement. There was one time we were in a club and he didn't want to leave. I was like, where are we going? He said, I'm not leaving until I'm ready. I'm like, all right, well, then I'll leave. He's like, fine, go. So I did. I got in the car, drove around the parking lot. He came out. He was so pissed, yelling at me. I remember that one. That's funny. I think it's funny. He hated it. I don't blame him. You look back on it now, I'd be furious. Yeah, I heard Atlanta never took it seriously. That's what I heard. That why Blue Cup started. Excuse me. Sheboygan, Savannah. Sheboygan and Savannah? I didn't confuse those two. Not that far. Toma and La Crosse, you can. Toma and Eau Claire. I think they're almost right next to each other. Oh, Darren. I can hear you, Darren. Oh, I heard him.
You can actually hear me?
I can actually hear you. I just can't see you.
Oh, my God, dude.
Hold on, dude.
The trek I took to get to here.
All right. Hold on. Boom. Look. Hi, everyone. There's Darren's screen. Look, he's here, but you can't see him. That's him. That's his box right there. It's gray. But you can hear him. Say some words. Say hello to everyone.
One more thing. I'm going to see. I got one more thing.
What did you do to get this far?
I watched YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's how I do everything.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah, I tell you.
I went into a panic because I'm all ADHD, and I totally melted down and froze for like 5 minutes, and then I snapped into action and went to YouTube.
That's the best.
The worst. I was like, totally. I'm supposed to be good at this.
I used to make these mistakes early on all the time in the show. There are times where things would go so wrong, and I would just stare at the screen, apologizing to the people watching. There's people watching. They make comments.
Right.
Yeah, they're making comments now. Like the first 20 comments were me because I forgot to turn on my microphone. So they were going, no sound, no sound, no sound. I do that a lot. But thank God for them. If it wasn't for the people watching the show, I'd be screwed. Because they somehow help me get my shit together.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Because they'll make comments. They're like, hey, no sound. I'm like, all right, fine. Or we can't see you. I'm like, oh, no. But I've gotten better at problem solving at the last minute. So, so we got your sound. We don't have your what did you do to fix the sound?
Yeah, I went into the little teeny camera right up there, and then I started messing around with which camera's going to be used, or microphone and all that. So I got that down, but the camera part, that's a mofo.
I don't know. Can't you go into what do you call it? Can't you go to allowing or going to camera? What kind of computer?
Yeah, I am doing that right now. I'm doing that right this second.
All right, dude. Well, you know what? Then I'm going to show your video real quick. Let's do that.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do that. All right, man. So we're going to let Darren, let's see. We'll let Darren go. I'm going to do this right. Oh, there we go. Boom. Okay, we're going to let Darren go. And we're going to take a moment to... we should turn off his audio, too, before he yells at somebody. And let's show a little clip of Darren. Man, here's the deal on Darren. He's back in Chicago now. Years ago, we used to hang out together when we all did we used to work at the clubs in Chicago, the Improv. Mainly, for a while, the Improv in Chicago became a lot of almost like an alternative type-based club where they didn't just do a 3-act structure, regular structure. And they did almost like a showcase structure, and they had a lot of different types of acts in there, a lot of different magicians and hypnotists, and there's still stand-ups. But they also had a group in there of 3 guys, Ectomorph, and it was Darren, Bart Hurd, who I should probably have on the show as well, and Jim Copsian, who I think has fallen off the face of the earth. I'm not really sure. But they were amazing, the 3-man group guys. So this is a clip of Darren working with them now. This is his own solo piece. So let's look at this, and hopefully by the time we're done, maybe Darren will have everything figured out. I'm not sure, but let's give it a shot.
Does everybody like teddy bears here? You all like teddy bears? All right, I got a story about teddy bears. I'll tell it to you, Emily, but everybody else too. All right, here we go. Once upon a time, there was a teddy bear named Dreyfus. Now, Dreyfus was the cutest, most cuddliest teddy bear of all the teddy bears. The children loved him so much. Give us Dreyfus! They would cheer. And they would get him. But what no one knew was that Dreyfus was evil. His stuffing was as black as death itself. Well, one day, Jesus Christ came back to the earth to save everyone and send them all to heaven. But Dreyfus was sent to hell to burn forever in the eternal lake of fire. Even though technically he never did anything wrong. And the moral of the story is, there is no God. Why do we do that to a teddy bear? There's no God. Okay, that's weird. That's it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is Darren Bodeker, ladies and gentlemen, the very talented and funny Darren Bodeker. And during the Ectomorph years, he also went on and did some solo stand-up after that. I think we worked together a couple times on the road as well. Let's check in with Darren. Let's check in with Darren and see how he's doing. Hey, Darren, how you doing?
Good. I'm a gray thing. This is my mood. So this is just me. Yeah, I'm just blending into what the gray mood is.
All right, man. Well, then let's just make it boom. Let's just make it official. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do the thing. Let's drop that. There we go. All right. There's my friend.
All right.
That is the one and only Darren Bodeker, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, and I got a great camera too, dude. If only this thing was somehow. I don't know why it won't let me in this thing.
Maybe they have to look. You know what? Look at it tomorrow and get it figured out. And I mean, I'll have you back on. We'll have you back on when we can have you visually. We can talk now, though. I mean, we can still pull that off. So what if you're gray? I don't give a shit. They don't care.
You really don't give a shit?
Well, I mean, I'd rather see you. It's been a while since I've seen you. It's not that
you are so. You're so nice.
See, I try. Dude, I miss.
I
was looking forward to seeing you, buddy. I tell a great story about the last time we worked the improv together. I told on the show about 5 times, I think.
Oh my God, dude.
How are you?
Those were good. I was good.
Where are you now?
I was good, man.
Chicago?
I am in Chicago still.
Okay.
I can see, you know what? I can see the problem with the freaking camera here, and it's bugging the F out of me because it's saying the camera is the wrong camera, and I don't know.
Are you using a separate external camera besides your webcam built in your computer? Or are you using the webcam from the computer?
It's from the computer. I don't know. Yeah, it's everything I'm doing. Ooh, you know, I'm sorry. It really is, you know, you spend all this money on this tech, right? And you're supposed to get everything right. And you got YouTube Live, you got Facebook Live, you got everything and all things. And you got this magnificent Canon camera, and you got the sweet ass microphone. And you set up your stuff. You got a nice curtain behind you. You're sitting in a nice royal chair you picked up at the Goodwill for $10. That's all like silky looking. You put on a jacket and a tie just cuz. Just cuz. And then your $1,000 camera that you just bought 6 months ago just ain't coming through. Yo. It's so frustrating.
You blame technology. Don't worry. I know. I'm with you.
Well,
I'm with you.
It's our age, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's
definitely user error. I mean, it's definitely every time there's, you know what? Here's what I do. I have a group of kids I blame for everything. I say all my tech is, well, I don't want to tell too many secrets, but I tell everyone that all of my tech work and all of my technology and all my electronics. Excuse me, I burped in the middle of a sentence. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
that's pretty gross. All my tech is always handled by the AV department from Westview Middle School in Romeoville, Illinois. So when things go wrong, I yell at the kids.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's how I get around it all the time. So every time things go really horribly wrong, I always apologize to the people that watch the show and tell them it's the stupid Westview kids. So that's how I get around it. I blame the kids. I don't want to.
That is so nice.
Yeah, it's a good way to go. I don't want to blame my own kids because that seems mean, but I'll blame other people's kids. That doesn't seem so.
Oh yeah, that is. Yep, I cannot do anything with this. Sorry about that.
No, don't. But is it if you bought the new camera? Is it built in your computer or is it like a USB?
It's an outside camera. I don't. It's an outside camera. All right. I do have a piece of crap camera I could set up.
You want to set it up? Go ahead. We can keep talking while you do it. I
know,
care.
Right? This is a show. You only got limited time, right?
I don't care. No, well, it's not limited, but if we're on, we might as well go. This Thursday, I did a show last week on Wednesday, and the guest couldn't sign in either, and it was just me. And I'm glad I got you audio wise. No, that's good. This is perfect because if you get it even fixed a little bit, hey, I got news for you. I have Bill Gorgo on the show twice. He has yet to figure out the technology.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Well, I'd get it by then.
And the second time, I thought he was going to snap. I really thought he was going to have an aneurysm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was not happy because he was like, he was the opposite. I could see him, but I couldn't hear him. So he would talk, and the more I couldn't hear him, the madder he would get. So I would see him getting redder and redder and redder. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Like, and he just couldn't figure it out, and he just kept getting mad, and he's shaking the camera. And the first time I had him on, I had him call me on the phone, and we played the phone through the microphone. Like I had the phone, and just played it next to the microphone because people could see him but couldn't hear him. So we took his audio came through the phone, like a Facebook Messenger or something.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it worked. You know what I mean?
All right, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. That's a good sign.
You hearing that?
Yeah, those are both good signs. Both those things. That's good news, right?
Yeah, that is good news.
All right, man.
Okay. All right.
Darren, we appreciate it. I'm really glad you're here. Okay.
All right. So then I'm going to switch cameras
All right.
to this cheap ass bitch.
Yeah. All right.
Cheap ass bitch. Bitch on cheap ass bitch. All right. So here we go. Camera. And then I'm sorry. This is so I would make this a tutorial. And then you'll go into the Google Chrome. You see the small camera up to the right, and you'll press on that.
Okay.
And then you'll press on your HD Pro camera, and you'll click refresh just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we go to VMX call, and we go to the little thing, and it's stuck on a different camera. It won't let go.
You know what I can do? I can send you another link.
Mother F.
This might work. Hold on. Let's try it.
Oh my God, dude.
This is the best. This is the best show I've ever done. No, I'm not kidding you. This is a blast.
Stop it.
Shut up, man.
Stop it.
No, at least
I
we're
don't need
solving
this from you,
problems.
buddy.
Hey, it's better than months ago. I would just sit here and stare at the computer and shrug and go,
I don't know.
All right, man. All right, I just sent you another link. So you're gonna have to sign out. Are you there still?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're gonna have to sign out of this one and sign into the other one, I believe. That's how.
So should I just X, meaning sign out? Put an X on.
Let's give it a shot, man. Hopefully, I see you soon. Everybody, take care. Everybody, click. There we go. All right, he's gone. Oh, where'd that go? Ah, crap. It's going really well. Boom. Copy link. Okay. There we go. This should do it. I'm pretty sure we're going to solve all the problems right here. I can't thank you guys enough for being patient and sticking around. Hang on. Let's see who's still here. Yeah, wow, you guys are still here. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I'm trying to really muscle my way through this because the last show we ended up going really early, and it was supposed to be CJ, and I just cut it loose. So I thought this one we would just stick around. Yeah, it was you yesterday. Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Dude, don't panic. Hold on 1 second.
All right, this is me. All right, see this sweet microphone right there?
No,
Lenny
wrong one.
Schmidt
Hold on.
Comedy was created and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt.
One of those days.
Oh, look.
Hey.
We're getting so much closer. Hold on. Let me fix this.
I'm going to look up at you. Oh, yeah. That's you.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, it's a show. It's a show.
Yay.
It's
show.
It's taking.
All right, see, I wouldn't lie to you. Suit, tie.
Dude, you look good. Yeah, man, you did. You got all dressed up, and I feel like shit. And I wore a Sox jersey. Look at me.
It's an excuse, you know?
I like it. Yeah.
An excuse to do stuff. I had a giant thing of water ready to go.
Yeah. No, I always have a giant thing of water. I'm a big blue cup guy. That's
good. All right, Lenny. All right, let's just pretend we didn't do anything. You did your intro.
Right.
Cut to right now. See, now my memories of you as I look at you again, you look basically the same.
I hear that a lot.
When I first met you, I remember seeing you, and the vibe you gave off to me was that you're definitely funny, but when I very first saw you, I thought, ooh, this guy's a potential mean guy or a bully or somebody who's gonna, just kind of get all high and mighty. So I remember looking at you first looking, I was like, uh-oh, this guy's gonna be a tough guy. And your comedy was pretty aggressive still back then, pretty kinda, a little bit.
Yeah.
You were moving, you were yelling, you were making big moves,
high energy. Yeah, I got a lot going on.
You were setting up premises, and then you were slamming down punchlines. You were punching into the air as the audience wave after wave of laugh from your furious shots of comedy.
For my powerful
the sweet
comedy.
setups.
I like it.
You would take everybody on a ride with you. You'd set them up, go there, and then you start hitting them with punchlines.
That's me. That was me.
Yeah, that was you. I was intimidated of you. I was scared of you.
I was
just at your look.
I was loud though. I was loud and big too. You used to get that from Kenny Shapanik used to tell me down because I used to wear bandanas and flannel and all that stuff, and he was like, "You got to dress down because you scare people." And I go, like, really?
You did. You're so scary.
Yeah, he was like, dude, you're a big guy. He goes, you can't. And when you're standing over somebody in the crowd, it's kind of intimidating. Don't yell at people. Because back then I was much more aggressive too on stage. And I used to do a thing. I was just talking to Quinn about this. There used to be a time when if you heckled, I tore you apart. I mean, I really tore you apart. And then
you did.
Yeah, and I got to a point where I realized that actually doesn't work for me. Because I'm kind of like,
but you had the look like you could beat up most of the audience, if maybe all of them, because you were already wound up.
Sure.
So they were coming at a deficit, even if they're bigger than you, because you were pretty well built. I don't know if you were into sports or stuff as a kid, but you know what I mean? You broad shoulders.
I've always been like a big shoulder dude.
You're like what, 5'11"?
Yeah. Yeah,
boom. So you were there. So I saw you and I was like, potential bully right there.
Yeah.
Beware, Darren. Beware. And I was in Ectomorph, so we had to do a good set to catch you off guard and go, oh, they are funny. Because I know when Ectomorph, the three of us together, it was like when you meet us and you don't ever see us on stage, they're going, the fuck, look at these guys. Who are these guys?
Well,
Three Stooges, but taller.
It was almost like original too to be that type of act because you guys right when the improv started doing that alternative stuff and you guys were on stage, it was right at the back end of the stand-up boom.
Yes, it was.
It's still the three comics. So comics are like, what is this? Three people on stage. Why?
Right. But our material was good enough that's how we won people over.
Yeah.
I mean, we were proving like, oh shit, this was pretty. You remember Kevin Rogers?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
He was a big fan of Ectomorph, right? What's that guy who went out to the Netherlands and he did a talk show? Tom Rhodes, right?
Right, yeah.
So Tom Rhodes was headlining in town, and Ectomorph was doing our, 10-minute, 8 different sketches bit set, and then but killing it. People never seen nothing like that. Right. We were like the Blue Man Group, but with sketches.
Yeah, right. And
talking, and 3 different colored sweaters, red, white, and gray, and turtlenecks. And I being 6'6", Jim was 6'5", and Bart was like 6'2".
Right.
So hence the name Ectomorph.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I would, so for a tough guy like you, I would make sure that you would watch the set and that we would kill it. And then boom, that's how we kind of warm up. Cause I remember waiting to watch your set and then boom, I was like, oh, he is aggressive. He's pretty aggressive, but he's funny and he's fun loving. That's another thing you give off on stage. You are a nice guy.
Yeah, I kind of get that everybody's buddy thing a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everybody, I'm like everybody's brother. I hear it more, even when in acting, when I would audition for stuff, I was that type.
Yeah.
I was the guy. I was everybody's brother.
Right.
Everybody's brother. Everybody says I remind them of their brother or their friend, and I've always carried that on stage, even before I had material. Even before I had material, like I was always like funny and kind of jovial on stage or whatever. Jovial, is that the right word? Whatever. But
Jovial, but that's
jovial.
cool, jovial.
No, that's called you jovial. I like to keep it short. I like to shorten my words.
Yeah. So how did you get like that? So you're the fun-loving guy. So what's your family situation? Are you older brothers or sisters or anything?
No, I got 4 younger brothers. I'm the oldest.
Okay,
of
so
5.
you're the oldest.
Yeah.
Boom, you're showing. Ooh, look at you, Lenny.
Yeah, brother.
So you were the older brother. So then that's interesting.
Yeah, and
did you get bullied much as a kid?
Did I what?
Did you get bullied as a kid at all?
Yeah, I did. I got bullied a little bit as a kid, and I also bullied people as a kid. I was a little bit of both.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I noticed that because
When was the turn? Because I know it starts with them bullying you, and at some point you go, fuck this. I'm going to bully someone either weaker than me, or I'm going to go at the top guy because I'm King Kamehameha of the playground. But do you remember the term between being bullied and then becoming the bullier?
I know, because it was almost the same. In middle school, it was the same time. There was a group of kids that bullied me, and then there was kids that I bullied. But then when I went to high school, everything changed because then
it was the kick the dog thing then.
Yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah, it was because there were a couple kids that really beat the shit out of me. Like the same kid. I used to. There was a couple kids I used to fight. There was one kid that I can't remember his name, man, and in Chicago in 3rd grade, and he used to kick my ass all the time. And then I was going, and I lived right next to the school, and I was coming home, and someone goes, "Hey, so and so is going to kick your." I want to say his name was Timmy Farrell. I think it was Timmy Farrell, and I think that's who it was. But they go, Timmy's going to beat you up after school, and I go, oh well, okay, whatever. He always tries to beat me up after school. So I got home before he got out. And I told my mom about it. My mom was like, "What are you gonna do about it?" I go, "I don't know. I'm home." She goes, "Yeah, but if you don't do something about it, this is gonna go on every day. Every day, this kid's gonna beat you up." I'm like, "All right, that's a really good point." So I go outside and I just stand in the corner. I just wait. For Timmy to show up. And the dude's the best. Like 3rd grade, Timmy's best friend who hated me walked up and started talking to me, and it was a setup. And I go, "Oh, I know exactly what's happening here." And this Timmy walks up, and then after that, and they're talking like they're gonna fool me. And I just didn't wait. So I tackled Timmy and threw him on the ground. Then Timmy beat the shit out of me for about 5 minutes.
He did.
Yeah, but then by the end of it, I was on top of him when they broke it up, and then I ended up leaving. And I got that whole Disney applause. We're like, "Good job, Lenny," that type of thing. But he was a kid that bullied me constantly, and he always beat the crap out of me.
Really?
Yeah.
So you turned it, and then after that, was he
After that, we
different?
were done. We stayed away from each other. He never bullied me after that again. You know what I mean? I mean, I avoided him, but there was never any more crap from him. You know.
So he bullied you multiple times. Like how much? Like a month long, or was it a year? Or was
all
it
through 2nd grade? You know.
No way. So you had a bully that followed you from the 2nd grade all the way up to middle school?
No, all through 2nd grade he bullied me, and then I moved. We moved in 4th grade. We moved to the suburbs, and then and then there were a couple of kids that bullied me, but then there was 2 kids that I bullied, and then when I got to high school, it all changed. Everything changed because I started playing football, lifting weights, and
Yeah, nobody
bullied me anymore.
You're all in groups. Yeah, you're in the jocks or whatever.
Yeah, and our groups always kind of morphed together at my high school. It was weird. You know what I mean? Like I still talk to a lot of people from high school, like a ton.
Jeez, look at you. Staying in touch with the world. And that's life. You're living it.
What about you? Are you teaching now? I heard you were teaching. Is that happening?
I was teaching, yeah, and then I got crazy burned out. I had undiagnosed ADHD, and I was always below water.
Right.
And always below water. So I was like,
right.
And so I quit because I was like, it's one of those things like, I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. Every day you come into school,
right.
They're going to find out that I'm no smarter than I'm like the 3rd smartest kid in class. They're going to be pissed I'm teaching this thing.
Yeah.
I had really low self-esteem when I was doing it. I was like beaten up and was mentally just at my lowest point. And I was like, I can't handle this anymore. I actually got diverticulitis during my 10 years of teaching.
What is
right
that?
At the end.
What is that?
It's where your intestine, your lower intestine, right? So this is your intestine. I'll use this as a banana, but think of it as a mile long and all curled up.
Okay.
And then in some part it blows it puts a, you ever ridden a bike and had a May pop
Yeah.
in your
Maybe.
tire?
Oh yes. Oh,
A May pop is like where the bubble
it's like
starts
a
coming
bubble.
out of
Yeah, it's a bubble
the
popping out of
the side of the tire, and
rim.
you're like,
Yeah,
that may
right.
pop pretty soon. Your intestine, your lower intestine, does it, especially in the part that does the
hurts.
hard turn.
Right.
Yeah, because they got to put a mile in there, so there's a lot of turns.
That's
A
gotta
lot of
hurt,
turns.
right? Does it hurt?
Like thousands of turns.
Yeah.
It's like a rally race through the mountains.
Right.
A lot of turns. So yeah, dude, it got so bad, and then I got a fever, and then basically the doc said if we don't do surgery and cut your intestine that 12 centimeters out and reaffix the two sides and double stitch in one all, you could die, because feces will get in your blood system.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So I was like, all right, let's do it. And basically the reason why I got diverticulitis was because I was eating like shit.
Yeah.
Like I was eating terrible. My basic diet was like to go to Starbucks in the morning and get the extra large frappuccino, the thing that's basically a milkshake.
Sure.
And then I
4,000
hit the
calories in liquid
milkshake.
form. Yeah.
Before first period, I would hit that whole milkshake. Sometimes during class, I'd be still sucking on it.
Yeah.
But that was, and then I wouldn't eat till like 3 because I was all anxious and everything from the next class to the next class. It was like I had a bad principal too. That didn't help.
Right.
She learned her methods from Stalin in East Germany during the Cold War. So that's how way she kind of ran the school.
I wasn't aware
Everybody's
Stalin did.
looking on over everybody's shoulder. People are getting fired or missing. You don't even know where they went. Why are they gone? They were a teacher. Yeah, I don't know where they're gone. Every day. So for my last 3 years, this was the principal, and she made the school go from a bad school to one of the top schools. That's one of the things you can do if you treat everything like Stalin and
Sure.
you dark the night and secrets and papers change.
It's ruling with fear, right?
Yeah, so I'm super. Another thing I found out about myself with the ADHD, but I'm also have this extra sensitivity. That's why it's even weird to get on stuff, to have my own web page and then see comments. I'm like, oh no, I fear like, oh no, there's somebody's gonna say something negative. And so it's weird. It's weird I'm so sensitive like that, but a lot of empathy. But anywho, that was, I quit that shit because I got fucked up.
Yeah.
Sorry for the language.
No, it's okay. We're
So-
good here.
so-
Now, I don't have enough viewers for YouTube to give a shit about me. So we're fine. YouTube's not going to be like, hey, what's your language? They don't care.
Oh, good.
When did you bail? Were you teaching last year at all? Or when did you quit?
No. I
while
bailed
ago?
about 6 years ago now.
Okay, good. All
6 years ago.
Oh, good. So you didn't have to teach any of this Zoom shit then? You know what I mean? Like,
No.
teachers just teach from
Right.
home or whatever now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can handle. I got all the equipment. If
Right.
my camera works.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been tough for kids.
Lucky.
You got all the
lucky in mine.
equipment,
Camera. I get so focused on the one camera. It's like, no, this one. I will fix it. Open it up and get this small screwdriver. So yeah, but I know. All right. So this show is basically quarantine comedy. This is where you are talking to comics at their lowest point in their entire life.
Well, that kind of, because here's the motivational part of it.
Shouldn't your symbol be a skull and crossbones instead?
No, I got the little warning.
I know.
And a buddy of mine threw the acting logo over the top of it. I like it. It's a good logo. It's cool.
Sure, dude. There's a message there
Yeah.
that maybe drama is toxic, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Yeah, stay away from drama. Yeah, you're like the QAnon of anti-drama.
yeah. All of us that are in drama knew that it's not. It's toxic
Yeah.
on some levels anyway. We just didn't think it was going to fall
Some
apart the
people-
way it did.
Some people see it like that. Some people see it as like a two faces, unhappy, sad, in front of like maybe a nice spider web or something.
Yeah, they don't know. Who knows?
They don't see so well. But
People
they,
check
you
it
know.
out. They're not really sure.
It's really nice. So, all right. So, you talk to in our worst. So, all right, let's talk about the worst. All right. So, I got some. You have daughters, right? Your youngest daughter is how
Teenage
old?
daughters. She is 16. She'll be 17.
Whoa, 16. All right. So then, same kind of boat, but you don't necessarily live with them. Yes.
No, they live with me. They've been Anna's been with me Anna's the oldest. She's 19, and she's been out
Nice.
here for almost 2 years. So
Sweet.
She was out here a year before COVID hit, and because I was
Awesome.
doing a lot of cruise ships, so I was gone all
Yes,
the time.
you were.
So she just lived in the house. So she kind of had her own place. Went to college. She's good.
Okay.
She's got her shit together. It's pretty amazing. So, but Lily moved in right around the beginning of COVID. So now both of them
Right.
live with me. So what about?
Gee willikers.
Yeah. What about you? What do you?
All right, so
if you're
I'm
the same
married
boat-
and I got
okay.
a 16-year-old daughter, right?
Okay. All right.
When COVID started, she was 15, right?
Right.
So puberty just hitting. She's got ADHD also. I guess I granted that with my
Sure.
genes,
Little present.
my fabulous 6'6" genes. I decided to give her the ADHD part.
That's very nice of you. I'm sure she appreciates that.
So anyways, having a 15-year-old, you know how it is to 15-year-old and 16. You get the deal. Their puberty's going on and they're very contrarian and everything's like, I want to be in my own world. And you stupidly gave them a phone last 6 months ago and you're like, uh-oh, the beast has been released, and it's like, no, get off your phone. Oh, come on. So that's going on, right? So anyways, so we'll tell you a quarantine story. So it's going down, right? In March, and I was doing in stand up. I was doing a bunch of open mics because I was doing a whole bunch of new material. So my method is like I'll do like 5 different open mics in a week, and I would say the same exact material for all 5 of them, but change stuff out and kind of form it. And then that way I can come up with sometimes basically 5 minutes by the end of the week. So if you can if you can get 5 decent minutes by the end of the week.
Oh, that's great time. That's great structure.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing right when it came down. And I remember being the older guy, I got a big car. I'm driving all these open micers with me. Hey, I got a car. You guys want to go to the other open mic? Anybody want to go? I got a car. I fit 5, whatever. So I got a bunch of comics in the car, and I turn off the radio and I was like, hey, you think? What do you guys think? This COVID thing is like, you think we're going to be doing comedy very long? And I remember everybody was talking. And when I said that, everybody paused and stopped. And there was about, I'd say, good 20 seconds of deep silence.
They're really reflecting.
And they're really reflecting. And then the strangest reaction, everybody then just started talking like they normally were talking about the next gig and what they did before, where they just caught right on where
just
they left
ignored
off.
your comment, went right over it.
I'm like, am I crazy? Am I the crazy one here? Well, they did pause. Maybe they'll think about it later. They're young, whatever. I was like, shit. So then literally within the week, done, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't done any stand-up for the whole time. I don't basically want to go in at all until it's like totally the okay is given. I know people are doing it. I know you've done it and stuff. But for me, being like extra sensitive and I don't want to, even if an old lady said, you shouldn't do stand-up. And I read that on Twitter. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll cut it out for another month.
Yeah.
Ask the old lady, can I do stand-up now, please? No, I'm still getting my 2nd shot.
What's wrong with you?
I got to get my 4th and 5th shots. You can't go to do comedy until you get 20 shots.
Can't do anything. I want to go out.
Oh, man. So anyways, so that hits, and I got, 15-year-old daughter, and she's nutty in the house. And then my job lets me go. So I'm like here all freaking time. So already it's tough, right? And out of that, she's about to learn how to drive. Like, oh boy, that's going to be something. So anyways, cut to March, April, girl, they're home from school, May, June. So early June. My daughter, my wife took my daughter over to a friend's house. We were bad COVID people because we went to a friend's house where she has 2 daughters that my daughter plays with. So we went over there in June, and I remember that day she was over at a friend's. I remember watching the news, and BLM is just kicking off, right? And I heard something like there's supposed to be some kind of parade or not a parade. Was it? Is that the BLM doesn't do parade?
It was a parade. When they bashed in the windows on Melrose Boulevard. I remember that. Grabbing TVs and stereos.
Their image if they just did floats and they had more, jugglers.
Maybe they should bring floats with them when they riot. That's a smarter move. You're absolutely right.
Same message, but still just a little something for that you can bring your kids to and learn about it. Let everybody learn about it.
Why not? Little circus music in the background.
It's a parade with a message. That's what we don't do. We need that. By the end of the parade, you become woke.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do that parade. That's just my idea. If it happens, though, or if that was this is where I hate mail that I'm so scared of, just by bringing and making it a parade. That is not funny. It's a serious movie. You can't parade this stuff.
What is wrong with you?
So I was like, shit, I got to go pick up my girl at her friend's because things are kicking off. And so it was like about 6 p.m. It was just, still light out. And I was like, I called her and I was like, you got to go. I'm going to go pick you up and we got to get going. There's, not good. I didn't level with her saying there's potential death around every corner. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, it's, I'm not gonna. Not that thing was. It was just like get whatever. So I went over to this. So I drove my car. I live in Chicago and live in somewhere, and I drove about 3 miles away. North town in Chicago.
Yeah, of course.
Up in there. That's where it was. This thing was supposedly going to be kicking off. The March, I guess.
It makes sense.
On this night. And so I go to the friend's house and I realize it is just like 2 blocks away from where everybody's supposed to be going. And as I was going towards getting to pick up my daughter, there were people walking in small groups as if they were like, going to a Cubs game. There was they do in that area. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yes, things are going to be happening. And so I got to pick up my daughter. So I get to the place and I pull out front. It's in the cul-de-sac. So there's no way out this one way and I have to leave that way. And it's just right over there. And if I make a wrong turn, I might run into them. Anyways, this is all going through my mind. I was like, we got to go. So as soon as I get there, I text her like 1 minute till I'm there. 30 seconds. All right. And then all of a sudden, nothing coming down. And then I call her, like, come on. All right, we got to go. And she's like, no, I'm doing something right now with them. Like, no. You don't understand. So then I started, there's people, there's going to be roads are going to be blocked. And, we got to, come on, get out of there. She's like, no, I got to. And so I was like, get out of the house right now. We got to go. This is not cool. I just was like, you don't want to be around in your car, whatever. So anyways, she's like, all right, I will, all right. So then I'm sitting in the car, I'm looking at my phone, reading the news, seeing where the neighbor is, like also plotting my way. I'm like going to go right. If I take a left, I know, and then I'll take a right. And
trying to avoid the whole situation, right? Right.
Because there could be, you take one turn and all of a sudden you just walk, they're all there.
You're surrounded. Yeah, right. You're screwed.
Surrounded, like, it's freaking The Walking Dead, but an actual. Anyway, so I'm in the car and then all of a sudden the door shuts and she comes and I look over and my daughter is in full out blackface. She is they were doing face packs. And they were putting on that wax, and my daughter didn't. She had like $1.
Oh no, this is bad. This is a bad look for this day.
She was in blackface. So her hair's back, but she's full of. This thing is black as night. This mask thing, and she can't get it off because she got this cheap dollar store one that actually fuses to your skin that you have to get off with like a crowbar. But. I was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Because even I didn't even know it was a mask at first. I thought she was doing blackface. I was like, I just popped. What are you doing? You can't be in blackface. And she goes, no, it's a wax. I'm like, well, the wax, this is not good. And so then I'm like freaking out. And so she's like, what? It's not a big deal. 15-year-olds, of course. She's got ADHD. She had no clue anything's going on. No clue even Trump's president or not. She had nothing.
Yeah.
She was
No
just
clue.
over friends. And I was yelling at her, run down. And she couldn't take this thing off. Anyways, I'm like, get that. You got to put that seat down. I'm trying to look for clothes to put over her face. I was like, you're going to be under this for a while, because I knew, me being a bald guy and her in blackface, I'm sure if I made that wrong turn and the crowd was coming, it definitely would be like a bunch, like 20 people that passes by, and then one would stop and look.
Like, what the hell's going on? What the fuck's going on here?
With the kid in blackface. Hey, what the? And then all of a sudden the car starts shaking. Ah, they're gonna get it. We're goners. Oh my God, it scared the crap out of me. I made her rip it off so fast she had like red welts all over her face.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Yeah. Oh man.
Jeez.
Kids. It's tough.
It's a great story. Kids. Blackface in the middle of a BLM riot.
The most inappropriate times.
They shrug it off like, no big deal. No big deal.
Oh, it was terrible, dude. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. So now that you're not doing anything, but you're starting to get going again, yeah?
Well, I did Vegas last week, so that was kind of cool. But I don't have another. I have a gig in 2 weeks where I'm going to Provo to tape one of those dry bar special, one of those dry bar comedy specials up at the Mormon Comedy Club. The
Mormon, huh?
Yeah, it's run by Keith Stubbs runs it, but that's where they tape all those dry bar shows.
You have clean material, a lot of it, because you've done cruises, right?
Yeah. The last 2 albums I did were totally clean, so I can go up there and I got to do 50 minutes clean, 2 25-minute shows clean. But yeah, because on the shows there's some ships are totally clean, but every ship has one version of clean that you're doing somewhere. So you need to have like an hour clean before you can get on those ships.
Sonia White?
Yeah.
I did a podcast with her not too long ago, about 2 years now, where your name came up because we were talking about doing cruise ships and talking, Lenny's doing it. I'm like, yeah. And that she tried to start out in Sonia White wanted to do cruise ships, right?
Yeah.
But her act's a little Mae West-ish.
Yeah, sure.
But
yeah,
with
right.
it more edge.
Yeah. That's like modern day Mae West. Yeah, right.
Yeah, the 1980s Mae West more.
Right. Yeah.
80s, 90s Mae West. So anyway, she's on a Disney. She told me this one. So this is
God,
legit.
Disney's the
she
worst,
was on
bro.
the Disney, and
The
she
worst.
brought up something about Minnie's vagina. She said that, and it was couched in beautiful material to make it seem nice and flowery and lovely. But it basically was Minnie's vagina. Within hours, a helicopter came.
Oh, really? They chopped her off?
Shut down her set.
Dude, that's the
Well, luckily
huge.
she said it was her closing, so she closed on. I guess she was like a volcano and needed to say a vagina.
Yeah. She couldn't take it anymore.
On the
Just
Disney
shaking.
cruise. Oh.
Vagina.
Oh.
They're the
It
worst
was
with the.
funny.
They're worse
I'm
with
doing
the
it
clean
no
thing, man.
justice. It was a very funny joke.
I can picture
And
Sonya.
to be honest with you, the rules are, if the joke is really funny, you can forgive whatever got you there. Even if it's Minnie's vagina. Putting a most beautiful joke with a nice punchline that made everybody feel warm and happy inside. The helicopter. Everybody's like, there she goes. What did she do? She said,
That's a big one. At least,
vagina.
they send a helicopter in. That's the top of the list of getting you off the ship. Yeah, they don't. There's no.
So you had to watch out for that. Did you always have like you were one F word away from being heave-hoed over this, put you in a dinghy and send you back to the island?
Well, it depends on where you're at. Like Carnival ships are a lot more forgiving. Like their adult shows, first of all, are crazy and or can be crazy. And I've accidentally dropped an F-bomb in 2 Carnival shows in 8 years, so I remember both times. Yeah, I remember doing it both times.
Were they warranted though?
No, they were totally my mistake. I just, you know what it was, is like I'll take a bit from my adult show and throw it in the kids show, because I have some stuff that can go back and forth, as long as it's not about sex or drugs or anything like that.
Right.
But
You
the
said
way I
the F
tell,
word at the show?
no, I said it a kid's show. I said it a family show,
Ah.
and it was a bit that I did, and I just normally it was like I said fucking and real quick, and the whole crowd went ooh, and I'm like what? And they go, you just said the F word. I go, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
And they go, yeah, you did. Yeah, so
Convenient.
I called at the last minute, and then I called the guy who was in charge of the comics. I was like, dude, you should hear this from me first, because I don't have to deal with this. Maybe I'm going to get in trouble. Shit. So, but it's the only time it really. I think that and one other time it happened on a ship, and besides that, they were cool. But Carnival's a lot more laid back. Like some ships are more uptight. Like I did a princess gig, and everybody was over like 80. Those are strict too. You can't swear on those ships. That's more. They're more uptight than if a kid is there. I mean, you know what I mean.
Did you ever do? Now, with that not swearing, did you ever do, what's that one in, is it Displanes? That one comedy show by Bert or whatever his name was?
Oh, Bill Brady's.
Language.
Yeah, Bill's only rule was you couldn't say the F word. That was the only rule.
Right.
You could say other things.
And decided not to do it ever because I didn't want that restriction.
Yeah, it was. I did it a lot, but you get to a point where you'd say, like he used to go. You remember Diana Limo?
Yes, I do.
Or Diane. Diane.
She was awesome, by the way.
She's a dynamite woman, and I miss her. She's so funny and such a sweet person. But a great.
Was getting her heart done, and the surgery was a failure.
Yeah, and it's been quite some time.
It was a procedure you should survive, but she didn't.
Yeah, it was out of the blue. But she would go in there. She would go in there dropping F-bomb like 25 times. And literally,
oh my God, dude!
She would, but Bill would come out and go, Diane, and she'd go, "Fuck you, Bill," and she would just keep going.
She was like Roseanne Barr.
She was classic Chicago comic during the boom. She was like top of the list of Chicago comics. You know what I mean? She's just one of the best.
Was great.
Everybody
her
knew
and
her.
Steve Seagren were like the two.
Steve Copscotch. I love Copscotch. I see Steve all the time out here. You know what? Take it out. We used to watch the Bears games every week, and during COVID this year, there was really no hanging out, so I didn't really see much.
I know.
Stuff.
It's the depression that happens.
Yeah. Plus, Steve got mad at the Bears early on. I've never seen him mad at the Bears before, but he was mad.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's very upset.
I blame COVID. Blame COVID on that.
I blame COVID for everything.
Everybody's weird. Have you noticed? Everybody's like weird.
No,
like everything's
weird. Everything's weird. People are weird. Everywhere you go, people are just weird.
Yeah.
I don't.
Their weirdness is popping out.
Well,
like
it's been
popcorn.
a year. It's been a year of this crap. Some people, I know some people haven't even left their house in a year. Like, I mean, I'm not making that up. They had their.
But the shit's real, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are so lucky that this shit isn't like fucking mixed with Ebola. You know, like it's just like, oh shit, it makes you melt from the inside.
Right.
No, or you know. It turns you into whatever it does.
Well, I feel like there's a game. This is horrible.
That was that mixed with bath salts where people are eating each other's faces once they got COVID.
Thing.
Oh my God, dude. It'd be the worst COVID ever. So it's always worse. I can deal with a mask.
Yeah, this is not that
as long as
you're right. It could be a
lot
lot
worse.
worse.
As that COVID dude isn't running at me full sprint and wants to take a chunk out of my neck.
Yeah.
Long as wants to eat my pretty face.
Eat me. Yeah, right.
They only want to eat your face. That's it. That's why they're so terrifying.
It seems weird.
There's not much without faces.
There's not much meat on the face. You know what I mean? There's a lot of meatier areas. Don't seem to understand that.
Dude, do you remember that bath salt story where the guy ate the face?
Yeah, recently
was like oh shit, it creates cannibals, because how could that be a fucking thought?
Yeah, that was just an anniversary. I do the Florida Man challenge on the show with the guests. I did it with you. I don't know if you could hear it, but I did your Florida Man birthday. I'll run it by again. But your Florida Man, did you ever type? You go to Google and you type in and type in your birthday, and then type. So yours is January 8th. You go on January 8th, Florida Man, and then you look for the top 4 news stories. And it's always these crazy ass news stories. But the bath salt thing just happened within the last 2 or 3 weeks, because I did somebody in the show, and that was the day. And there was a picture of the guy, because there's a homeless guy fell asleep and passed out, and then this guy went up and just ate his face.
Yeah. Dude, that was. I remember. Well, you're doing comedy, but it was like. It really infected my mind for longer than it should have. was
I
like
don't-
thinking about that all the time for days. Like,
Yeah.
how could a drug be that powerful? What if this drug, is it regular bath salts? Can everybody get it? Is it the stuff I soak my feet in? Do I smoke that shit? I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then that it would cause cannibalism. I was waiting for the news to go, another face has been eaten, another face, another face, another face. Everybody's face eaters.
Well,
Run for your lives. Put on a mask.
I couldn't understand, and I thought, I'm like, well, if they're smoking the bath salts, they're smoking like crack or like crystal or whatever. So I get it. So I get maybe it chewing up your brain when you smoke it, and you just sit there like. But what I don't get is the eating the face part. You know what I mean? Like I can see the being a zombie and just kind of sitting there, but then the part that makes you get up and eat a face, I don't understand how that works. That seems like
it was an anomaly, dude. It was an anomaly. Just one anecdote. That's why anecdotes are terrible to say and then apply that to everybody else, because anecdotes are unique in and of themselves.
Yeah.
And if it was an anecdote that got way out of fucking control,
that's creepy, man.
I was like, oh man, when's the next one? When's the next? Why isn't everybody eating faces? The news told me for the last 20 articles that bath salts make you insane.
Right.
I was waiting for people to start trying to fly. Everybody,
I was more shocked that people let their face get eaten. You know what I mean? There were like a few people. This guy had passed out or something. I'm like, man, you got to be passed out pretty good if somebody's eating your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
When you wake up at some point, what the fuck? What are you
all
doing?
the slurping sounds and the crunching and the ripping, tearing noises.
Oh God, you're killing me! That's disgusting.
The chewing on your eyeball sound really unique.
That doesn't seem right at all. So some guy sucking my pupil? Ow!
Yeah.
What is that? Get out of here!
Yeah, exactly. Big bite of your tasty nose. Yep. It's really. Oh man. Well, see, that my point is, COVID could be worse.
Oh, agreed.
That's all
agreed.
I'm trying to say.
So, long story short, that's good. After 10 minutes about zombies and chewing on lips, what we're saying is, COVID could be could be worse. Okay, fair enough.
People not wanting to wear a mask. Fuck those people.
Shut up. Mask. Put a mask on, you big whiner.
It's so weak. They're saying mask wearing is weak. What's weak is not to wear a mask.
Yeah.
That's weak. It just shows that's the reason why I don't want to do comedy right now. I just don't want to have that thinking. So I'm always putting on a mask even when I don't necessarily have to. I'm not saying I ride around my car with it.
Right.
I don't. Unless I'm going one place to the other and it's only a couple blocks away.
Right.
But but you just do the way I look at it is I just want to keep people happy because everybody's on fucking edge.
Yeah.
And you never know when somebody's going to eat your face next.
Right.
I mean, coming back. If people are going to start eating faces, we're almost at face.
We're almost there. We're facing
4 more months.
Facing is here. We're like right here. We're right below it. We're right. We're hovering in this area, man.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes to midnight, but it's 2 minutes to someone eating your
2 more months
off.
of the same shit, and it's going to be a mess. It's a mess.
Oh man. It's so terrible. It'll move the atomic clock up just 1 more second. Because if that starts happening, we might as well blow us up all with nukes if everybody's starting.
Well, we live in the higher stress areas too, both of us, like Chicago, New York, LA. There's the cities have had a hard time. I was in Oklahoma City, Wichita in October, and some of these smaller. I talked to people in Florida, places in Wisconsin. They act like there is no COVID. They're walking around, going to bars, like everything's normal.
Yeah.
And no one's eating faces up there.
That's true. Makes me sad a little bit.
It does. Well,
doesn't it make you just sad?
What makes me more annoyed?
Why can't we all be? What about humanity? What about brotherhood? What about the love of your neighbor? What about believing in science? What about it? It's so easy to figure out. There's little spit things and they get in somebody's mouth, eyes, or nose. And that's what happens. You wear a mask and your little spit things aren't going to be flying all over the place and getting somebody in the eyes and the nose and stuff. And then it's okay. We can go to the store and just talk away from each other and do do these kind of things what me and you are doing, talking from Chicago all the way. You know, we're way more than 6 feet apart. We're really following protocol here.
There's people watching the show who are making dinner we've ruined their dinner now. We've had several people say their dinner is ruined because of the zombie discussion we had just had.
Then wear your mask. Always remember the face eating and then put a mask on, because I think that will also help too. Nobody will see your face as being tasty and want to eat it.
They'll be covered up. You're looking at people going, man, if you took that mask off, I bet that's a pretty beefy looking cheek right there.
Darn right.
That would be. All right.
It's just point. Like a kind of a burqa for your face. You don't want them jumping all in that good stuff. You're like, I can't trust you to not want to get your mouth wrapped around my cheeks. Oh, now, tasty face. Oh man. Yeah, so wear your mask. That's the message.
There we go.
I'm just trying to help you remember it.
Okay. After a year, here's the best way to remember it. Nobody should eat your face.
Nobody should eat your face.
There we go.
Nobody. How are we doing on time? Is everything okay with you?
We're good, man. We're gonna go because we started late. We're gonna go late, so let's go another 5 or 10 minutes or so. What do you think? Is that
all right?
Good? Do you got somewhere to go? Do you have another podcast to not be able to sign into at the time?
Let's talk about a big thing now. Now that you're getting back into stand up, and you've been doing it for so long, has there been anything that you totally have to not do anymore because it's completely not PC, or it seems sexist or racist or whatever?
No, you know what? I did something with my act about 3 or 4 years ago when I was on ships and went over all of it to make sure that it wasn't that I wasn't as a misogynistic or sexist within the content of my material. You know what I mean? So I looked it over. But I wasn't. I looked at it. Most of my stuff has been always, some people call me bland or vanilla or whatever. But
that's not good. You can edit that. Some people call you the greatest or the most excellent.
Yeah, see, I prefer that. But I'll be honest. My thing is, my thing is, I try to, and especially like I talked about COVID when I opened the shows. And then I dropped it and moved on and did other stuff because I'm also a big believer in when you go to a comedy show, you're going to relax and forget about shit. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it. Yeah, talk about it and get rid of it, and don't spend 30 minutes talking about it. Yeah, and then get back to other shit that people want to joke about or have fun about. So
if you really can, if you could tell something really funny, make it funny, like funny, like you're laughing at it almost. It's like like when I get back to doing it, I'm gonna tighten up that story that I told you with my daughter and everything, and I'm gonna do that as I'm gonna see if I can whittle it down to maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, you could. It's a great story. You got to do that.
Yeah, so just to kind of acknowledge and then also acknowledge the area, and then I'm sure that I'll just make it tight and nice and respectful.
And respectful. Nice.
Unlike how I told it tonight, it'll be more respectful. But you did say nobody really watches this, so
yeah, no one does.
Go, except maybe the N word or the C word and any other thing that might be disparaging or taken as such.
Yeah, could be worse.
Oh man! All right, so let's as we close. So I did the dirty. I was opening for Skip Paris.
Skip. Nice.
Have you done a show with him yet?
I worked. I did a show with. It's been a long time, but yes, I worked with Skip many years ago.
Did you do one of these with him?
No, I haven't had Skip on this show. I have not. No,
he's not good enough for you. Is that what's going on?
haven't gotten around to asking him yet. Everybody says that. Everybody gets defensive. Everyone's like, "Why haven't you called me?" I go, I do 2 shows a week, and I don't. I'm running out. My brother's like, because you got to be running out of people. I go, no, there's tons of people. I've only had like a handful of people repeat on the show, so there's always somebody new on here. Seagren was on back in July. I bounce around a lot. So I always ask, I get 2 people a week, but I always think of every show I think of someone else. I'm like, shit, I got to call that guy. You know what I mean?
Well, Skip was headlining this week. I was doing at Zanies, and it was one of them Friday shows, the second one where it's a little like pulling teeth here and there.
Yeah, it's the worst. Friday late show.
If you get on their wavelength, dude, it's a great show. But you have to get on there kind of drunken. We're very excited, and are you up to our standards?
Yeah.
level because they're in the Zanies and they just paid 20 something bucks and 2 drink minimum.
And it's a long day. Fridays are a long day for them. They start work at 6 and now they're at a club. Yeah.
And my regular stuff just, they just weren't getting on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled out some F-word jokes.
Oh, there you go.
Words with where I used the F word, but it was strategic and they really enjoyed it. Like much how Donald Trump tested out the word build the wall at his shows and everybody started laughing and screaming. And then, all right, I'm going to close with that one.
Yeah.
It was one of those kind
that
of
became
things.
his closer,
Once I started saying the F word, then I'm really saying the F word in more things because it's just like sweet lube in the sex of sex of comedy.
Yeah,
sweet lube.
Yeah,
for this audience,
they want lube on a late Friday night crowd. Man, you got to have that F word, so you throw it out.
They wanted me to be dirty, so I was dirty. Oh man, did I get a talking to?
Yeah, because Skip is notoriously a clean guy, right?
Went and ran to Bert to tell him that I did. And Bert, boy, he came up with his mean voice and very stern and looking at you. You are told never to say no dirty F words ever in front of Skip. And I was like, my first thought was, motherfucking Skip, that motherfucker. Come on, man. They were laughing. Get the what? You couldn't follow that? You were on a movie, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. You should be able to follow me. I was dying up there.
Yeah.
He saw my whole set. I saw him in the back in the shadow there.
Right.
He was watching, counting every F word and every S word.
He's counting. Got a clicker. He's going to tell Bert.
Yeah. He did 43. He said 43. Anyways, it was back when he had some juice, I guess, with Bert. I wasn't respecting. I mean, like as I grow up, I should have respected him and to bid it with him or whatever. But my philosophy is that you want to follow somebody who's way funny, because that means that's something you can get.
Yeah, no. Well, I've always been a big believer in that. Also, as a headliner, I've never walked up to someone and told someone what to or not do beforehand. You know what I mean?
He would tell me personally. He didn't.
Yeah, no, of course. No, he went through. I knew that.
I would burn an eye.
It's even better when the owner's like, hey, can I talk to you really quick? You're like, yeah, what? What?
I should have. If I was I should have walked right up. Did you tell on me?
Yeah, because Skip is short too, man. You're way over. You're taller than him. Way taller than him. Yeah, you just hover right over him. Did you snitch on me? Did you snitch to Mr. Haas?
I fucking do rape jokes right before you go up. I've got a doozy. Go up with my most controversial hell material.
Well, no,
I had a bit where I the punchline was me doing an impersonation of an 8-year-old stuck in an abandoned refrigerator, slowly dying of lack of air. Was one of my bits. It's a punch.
Oh my God! Like it drags on forever. The poor girl. You actually hear her losing oxygen during that bit.
I never had. Every time I would end it differently. Either the kid would live or he would die. Depending on how much I fucking hated myself in the audience at that moment. This kid's gonna die in an abandoned refrigerator. And I'm gonna say good night.
Good night. See you later.
Yeah.
I'll be in the green room eating
corn chips. That was like the short version. I would torture people.
Oh, dude, just drag it out. That's funny as hell.
All right, we at 10.
Yeah, let me double check. I got people here on the board saying stuff. Let me comment. I like to refer. Lenny, it must be hard to choose who to call because you know so many cool people. Look at that. That's a compliment for you there, Darren. Look at that.
What?
Yeah, people are always amazed with my guests. They're like, "Yeah, really cool as guests." So you've been rated as one of the coolest guests. It is, and then
Well, the key. You know what the key is, dude?
What's the key?
Try and make the fucking connection, even though we're bazillion years or miles apart.
Yeah.
If you can make that emotional connection in your brain, like with whoever you Zoom or whatever with vMix, whatever you're doing, you subversive non-Zoomer.
That's me, man. I'm a rebel.
Fucking rebel. I taught you the show with all my gray and no lack of mic. Taught you. Get over to Zoom. We'd be up in a second.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's awesome, dude. Thanks for having me around on this. Yeah, it's all about just losing yourself and making a connection, dude, right?
Yeah. No, it's all about, for me, it's all about being in the moment, dude. Once we start talking, we're there and we're good. Dude, I'll have you back on, and next time we'll sound check you 2 days early just to make sure that everything is working perfectly.
Totally, man.
And this works fine, man. This camera's great too, by the way. This one looks good. You look great.
School one, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you look really good, man.
My other one is far superior, though. You can see a pimple right here.
Wow. Okay. Well, now I feel cheated. I feel cheated a little bit.
Yeah. All my flaws are really visible.
Folks, that's that right there. Give it up for our guest tonight, Darren Bodeker. Right there he is, the one and only Darren Bodeker. Darren Bodeker. He's right there.
Hooray.
Yay.
Hooray.
Dude, hooray.
Ho.
Dude, thank you so much. This was awesome. This is good.
Thank you, Lenny.
All right, buddy.
You're the best.
Bam. I am the best. Now, oh, look, I put you in the thing. Son of a... There we go. Hey, look, I did it right. Takes me a while. Folks, look, it worked good. That was an hour-and-a-half show. That's because we spent 40 minutes trying to get the mics working. But it all worked. Once we got them on, I'm very happy. I'm very grateful. I'm happy and encouraged with that show. I thought it was good. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for being here again, as always. Let's take a look. Real quick, if you're watching this or you're not watching this or you're getting ready for this weekend, Saturday night, 6 o'clock Pacific time, Reconnecting Comedy. It's a live sketch show, improv show. We all have call-ins. We have segments. We have all kinds of stuff going on. Also, if you're a Patreon member, let's do this really quick. Bam, look. If you're a Patreon member, you already know this. You are in a writer's session, and you get to be involved in sketches in the show, and we add those. So this weekend, we have three sketches with the Patreon members. That's pretty cool. And then we have sketches from Spencer James, of course, John McClellan, myself, my daughters, Stephen Briggs, and the wonderful Cody Dove will be here to be doing some improv as well. So I highly recommend you watch the show this weekend. If you want to join the Patreon page, I'll show you that again. Bam, there you go. You can join that Patreon page. It's a monthly fee to join that, and you get all kinds of stuff. You get all my albums. You get all my online content. You get to be involved in the writer's session. The more you give, the more you get on the Patreon thing. That's how it pretty much goes. You also get free tickets to me whenever I am in town. And there you go. So, and that's coming up. We're back to traveling again. Okay. All right. We're going to Darren's actually texting me as I'm talking. All right, I gotta go. You guys are great. Thank you very much. You are the best. Next weekend. Hold on, let's get this right, man. We have two guests here. My buddy Dave Steve is here Monday, who is an agent and a screenwriter. Yeah, he's that gentleman covers a lot of bases. I believe he is here on Monday. Let me double check and make sure that is correct. I am correct. Dave is here on Monday, and Lauren Richards is here on Wednesday. Lauren Richards is a very lovely, talented, amazing singer. She's in a band in L.A. I met her on cruise ships, and she's a great performer. Folks, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Really do. And as always, do me a favor. Dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase their shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers, will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to lennyschmidt.com/ifyoucan or Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. Enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.